one was back to normal, back to...
Yeah, that was...
What species is the lady with the pink hair?
I don't know, actually.
Oh, other than that.
In the second episode, she was really cool. I don't
She
know.
looks like the Discovery, the Orion in Discovery. I know she's not Orion, but that's what she makes me think of, the Orion in Discovery. The evil Orion.
What I'm thinking is, is Riker just on a ship full of Rikers?
Whoa, good one.
Whoa.
Yeah, they all got this sort of, the sort of attitude of, they were in Starfleet for, study Moss.
Yeah.
And now they're kick-ass.
Well, see, I quite like that. It was a bit like... We're working on YouTube now, by the way, guys, so we can see. I thought it was a bit like... What would I work again?
Ship full of Rikers.
Oh, Ship full of Rikers. Yeah. No, I don't know what I was going to say.
Okay.
No.
But I like that it was a reference to the episode where we get Thomas Riker and we get two Boimlers. That's awesome. I always love that storyline. And you wonder which one's going to join the Maquis?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
There we go.
It reminded me a bit of Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
Like the Titan seemed very much like Deep Space Nine.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that Starfleet officers became like soldiers.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Deviated a bit from the sort of...
I like the British guy.
He was funny.
He was funny. I liked
good.
him. He was funny.
Yeah. Let's do an order, shall we? Shall we do episode 1 first, which you start talking about where Ransom becomes basically Gary Mitchell. Yeah, I didn't laugh as hard in that episode. I found I didn't laugh quite as much as I did in other episodes.
I think it was establishing that while Boimler's been gone, there's been this sort of mother-daughter bonding.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see how that maybe develops afterwards, because they kind of put a pin in it at the end of it. But, it might come out again later.
What do you think was happening? So at the beginning, it starts off where they're in the holodeck, where Mariner's in the holodeck. Was that a Borg transwarp hub we saw?
I did think that when I first saw it. I was like,
I think so.
Guys, we're going to eat pizza while we're here. Oh, it's got chicken on it. Oh, that one hasn't. I'm going to eat this bit because it has no chicken. It's got a bit of chicken.
Pick it off.
Yeah.
I'll eat your chicken. Homemade pizza, the best.
Yeah, I thought... And that was kind of like they were throwing out all the funny references and Easter eggs in that one holodeck scene.
I love that. They keep showing me lights.
Oh, the lights, lights, and the mention of there's not meant to be any interpersonal conflicts, which was quite funny.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
The YouTube stream died a minute ago, but it's back now.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, Lower Decks is fantastic. I would agree with
Yeah.
Julian. I'm really enjoying Lower Decks. It was just that first episode just didn't wow me as much as the others. But by episode 2, it was back.
Maybe it's like a little bit of absence. You want it to be really strong when it first come back, and then it's
And I did say to sound like the season 1 ended on quite a serious note for Lower Decks. It was like, oh my gosh, actually, some serious shit went down.
But also, it really the whole series went from strength to strength.
So maybe it will be the same.
And I feel like maybe that's just Lower Decks thing. It starts off.
And Rudy says hi. Hi, Rudy.
Hi, Rudy. Hi. Yeah, it's
Ransom is funny. Ransom is funny.
Yeah, I love him.
That's Jerry O'Connor, right?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Jerry O'Connor. Yes.
What else on your notes?
Okay, subspace frequency. The pads, where they're trying to get the aliens to pick a because that is just what happens when you watch TNG. You just saw these pads with numbers all over it, and you always thought, why are all those numbers? What do they mean? And now we know that they're just to pick out, subspace.
It's really important. That's like picking out your lottery numbers.
Yeah.
They've got to look right.
Can you imagine if you had to pick your own mobile number, how long it would take us to be there all day, wouldn't it?
All the good ones would be gone.
Totally. But yeah, I thought that episode did kind of... You had that Gary Mitchell storyline in there, but it also reminded me of when Riker got Q-like powers, where he got Q powers, didn't he? And he went megalomaniac. The first officer with a bit of an ego becomes godlike. It was very, very Riker. Okay. So I thought they were kind of that. But I did feel the episode kind of rehashed something they'd done with Tindy and Rutherford before. with Tendi, like the whole. Oh no, they hadn't done it with Tendi and Rutherford. They did it with Mariner and Boimler, where, like, how could he possibly have a date? You know, when Boimler.
Yeah, it was with the Parasite episode. It was a
It was kind of a bit similar to that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help but think, would it be funny the other way around? Like if Tendi was the one who was getting electrocuted and beat up, would it be as funny?
Yeah. But you know, she was doing it for medical.
Medicine. Yeah, she's
medical,
a doctor. She's a medicine.
Yeah, that's a different. If a doctor does it, it's okay.
Totally.
If an engineer does it, then it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Sim says welcome back.
Hello.
We
Hi,
miss you too, Tim.
Thank you.
So yeah, I feel in the second episode, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit.
Go for it.
Yeah, I feel they were called upon as a collector myself. Damn,
Collectors don't have a good reputation. In
we
Star
don't.
Trek, do
We
they?
don't. No. And you know, I would collect Rutherford. You know.
You collect it when you
and the puppet. Oh, like when he turned into a puppet, it's like I'd collect that.
Yeah, I want that. I want one of those.
And do you know what? There's no way they're not going to start selling those as.
No.
I know, right?
Next convention, little puppet and Temerians everywhere.
I'd give a shout out. What about when the Tom Paris plate came out? When he was revealed.
That was genius.
So genius. And like every person's like, I'm not a collector, but.
And have you seen he's been announced again, hasn't he? You know, like he's going to be in the show again.
Yeah.
I've had someone else's and I didn't click on it. I suspect it's Harry Kim, but I don't know.
So Tom Paris is going to be in
Lower Decks.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
So you suspect it might be Harry Kim?
There's another person been announced, and I didn't click on it because I thought, you know what?
Maybe
a
Surprise. Yeah.
No.
I don't think it was officially announced, so I decided not to look.
Oh
so.
yeah, you don't like
Your one might not tell
unofficial.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you hear them mention cetacean ops on the ship? How they have their cetacean. Of course, the Enterprise D had cetacean ops, but we never see it because of the cost of, it's just unachievable.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we'll see it in Lower Decks.
So what is this we're talking about?
It's like a part of the ship where basically cetaceous whales live in the big sea.
Yeah.
Dwelling.
And there's dolphins and whales and stuff.
Yeah.
And yes, but they can never.
They have one on
afford
the
it.
Enterprise
And
D.
I think it's on the list. Like if you ever see a big
I've
map,
seen a blueprint with
yeah.
whale.
Yeah, and it's on there.
So
And
why is that on the ship?
maybe they thought at some point it will be important.
Yeah.
Like a callback to
I guess
Voyage Home.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe some of them are sentient, like the Zindi have.
Maybe they can communicate with tardigrades.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe.
like it's a space whale. Could it communicate?
So there's like a
with
giant
Earth whale?
swimming pool on the ship with whales in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. It's cool.
Yeah.
But we
Oh
never
my
see
God.
it in TNG.
Why would you not go swimming with whales every day?
I totally.
I don't understand.
But that's kind of it. No one
No one understands why the whales are there.
I always assume it's only on sort of like a more exploratory ship. Like they wouldn't put it on a war vessel.
But they have it on the Cerritos. So I don't know whether I do want to see it. I do wonder whether it'd be funny just to have it as a bit of a mystery. We never actually see it.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be quite good.
It must be that Toya Sunday brunch. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. Totally. Yeah. Where else have I got my notes? I wrote so many notes.
You were typing furiously.
It autocorrects it and I have to work it out. I did my new line. This is my ship. That's my new line.
My
ship. Oh God, that Stevens, the bold. The character with the moustache, how much he's completely in love with Ransom.
Oh, it's so sweet.
I would like it. Like if I was a Starfleet officer, I'd want a little Stevens.
myself,
just
to worship you and get all your
stories
things.
and do that. And then I wrote what is the Titan up to, but we did get to find that out shortly afterwards. In today's episode, was it? This is going to fluidic space. That's what I wrote, but I don't know whether that was. I heard that or not, but. Either way, episode 2 I thought was brilliant.
I loved
it really did. Lots of references, lots of Easter eggs.
They're stealing our snacks.
Yeah. Keishon, his eyes open. I loved all the Temerian. Sonic showers. Oh my god. Is it me, or is Lower Decks sexier than Enterprise now?
Wow.
Yeah, they're definitely pushing
Yeah.
this. And there was a lot of
Boundaries.
little bleeped out F words as well,
Yeah.
wasn't there? It's
Yeah.
just being right
Definitely
feisty.
sexy.
Yeah.
So,
So what you're saying is discovering his darkest game.
oh no, Discovery is sexy. No, it's definitely sexier than Enterprise, but
yeah.
yeah.
Which is the
Oh,
sexiest
the
Star Trek
Trek
series.
Sexy
Yeah,
stuff.
let us know,
Probably the
guys.
original series,
Do you know
really,
what?
with Kirk.
I read this interesting thing. I think it was Women at Warp that published it. You see it. It was the one pizza, amazing. Thank you.
Oh, wow,
This one,
thank
yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you. Do you want some of this one, honey?
No.
You sure? Thank you. What's it? Wow. Oh my god, is this the chocolate one? Oh,
I was
okay.
going to say it's got pink stuff.
It's
Oh, this has got
chocolate
marshmallow on
and
it.
marshmallow. This is amazing, guys. Look
OMG.
at this pizza that my husband's just made for us. Smell it.
It does smell really
Oh
good.
god.
I was
so
like,
good.
why is it pink?
Oh my.
So it's gonna go on.
This pizza is dedicated to Deanna Troy.
Yes.
Yes, it's a chocolate and marshmallow
it smells
pizza.
amazing.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Neil.
Thank you.
Gorn chef.
Gorn chef. Our chef is a Gorn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. With this what's it called? Is it the Burchell test? Is that what it's called? I should know this. But basically, they record you. It's a test of feminism that measures how many times.
Is it two women sit in a room together without talking about a man?
Yeah, they basically have to be in a scene together. Two women in a scene together, not talking about a man.
Yeah.
And like it just seems so absurd because you think, well, obviously that's easy, you know, like that must be every single TV show and movie. No, like
Oh my
I
God,
had
no.
no idea just how like, and then when you look for it, but Women at War published this article where they had reviewed everything, and it sort of goes, you know, TNG is pretty bad. No, so TOS is pretty bad. TNG gets much better. Then it's like Deep Space Nine's amazing. Voyager took a little while to get going, funnily enough, you'd think, but Voyager was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Enterprise took a massive step back. It was almost at TOS.
I think,
Surprising.
yeah, I think there are fewer female characters in lead roles, I think, is the only, you know, they're big parts of the story, but then they're also quite often referring to, like, Archer, they're talking to the captain quite often.
And really, it's only T'Pol and Hoshi there, really, and the author wrote, you know, it's only the fact that those two occasionally might mention something about the ship together for like one scene in an episode that it even made the cut. But I just thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got onto it. But
I was going to say, I think Lower Decks, I think, would do quite well in it.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah,
much better.
Because, like, Tendi and
Discovery
Mariner
as well.
Yeah.
and the captain, they speak quite often together.
Probably,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Discovery as well.
And
Yeah,
Discovery as well.
Discovery, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Girl power.
So we, I wrote down a list of all the things I saw in the collector's thing. Now we've only just watched this episode, so I've only seen it once.
You need to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, oh my god, there were so many things.
There were so many things. What did I notice? One thing I noticed was it Kayshawn, the new Temerian, who I love. Go for it. What did he you referred to the language as Federation Standard, which of course I don't think that's ever been said on Star Trek before, the term Federation Standard.
What, with regard to a language?
Yeah, which I know if you're learning Klingon, they refer to it as Federation Standard, but I'd love to know if anyone else knows whether that's right or not, but I think that might be the first time it's been referred to. Is it really good?
So good, yeah.
Right.
Go for it. I'll waffle.
Yeah, you can speak, will you?
Yeah.
Yes, what else did I see? Oh yeah, there was the game from the episode The Game. I just wrote down Armin Shimmerman Facebook. I don't know whether I was right with that, but the Armin Shimmerman's first was it his first appearance in Star Trek? But he played the little box, the marriage box, when in Deanna Troy's arranged marriage. I think that's what we saw. The Chateau Picard, the Salt Monster. I put Food Bucket, but I reckon that's an autocorrect from Odo's Bucket.
I was going to say
Odo's
that.
Bucket.
I remember you saying Odo's Bucket.
Mars Rover, TOS Dress. I put Ball Thingy from TNG Season 1 because I'm having a complete memory meltdown at the moment. What's the episode? Is it... Oh, what's it called? There's an episode where basically they've beamed onto the planet and it's these war games and there's these weapons and they're trying to shoot with one of them. Riker refers to the USS Lollipop. Kaelus's sex helmet.
Oh
was
my God, I love
brilliant.
that.
That was so funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was quite a lot going on in there.
Did you say the Mirror Universe sign?
Oh, the Mirror Universe sign. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
So I can get over, I think, the guy who stole Kaelus's sex helmet. He voices a lot of characters in Futurama. Yeah, so he's I'm pretty certain he is. Like, I haven't checked IMDb, but he sounded so familiar. I'm pretty sure he has voiced lots of people in Futurama. And I like that sort of crossover with that series because there's lots of vibes from each.
There are a lot of similarities.
Riker's trombone.
And Riker's trombone, I saw that.
Oh, did you? Oh, cool. I didn't see that one. Oh, definitely United States.
Hello.
Notice. Oh my God, this is so good. I feel like I've got it all stuck in my teeth.
I
now.
know. We're sorry, guys.
We'll reverse that in a minute. Yeah. Oh God. Okay. So Riker being in this episode so prominently was just wonderful.
Oh my God, isn't it so good to have Riker back
It
on
is.
screen in any sort of version they want to give us? But yeah.
And hearing him say "Red Alert" and "Fire" and all his funny things, but hearing him saying "That's a rap," like we hear so much at conventions about his "That's a rap," and it's like infamous. But to hear him actually say it was a real treat. So I was really pleased with that. Who do you think the power is behind the Pack-Leds? Do you think the Pack-Leds are really the big bad in this, or do you think there's someone else behind them?
I'm going to say someone else.
Have we met the Pack-Leds before?
Oh yeah.
And where have we met the Pack-Leds?
Oh, TNG. Might be in Deep Space Nine. I'm sure that they're quite established. We look for things to make us go.
Yes. Yeah, because I remember watching that episode. It might have been Deep Space Nine. Or was it TNG? And you don't think anything of them, and then it's like.
Then they come in up in low decks.
I'm sure one of you says something like, "Don't underestimate the Pack-Leds" or something like that. Like doesn't somebody say like, "Oh, they're a really insignificant race. They don't do anything." Like, and you're like,
I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm sure I remember seeing something like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So who's behind the Pack-Leds?
The Ferengi. I would put it at the Ferengi. Damn Ferengi.
It's funny you say that because the Ferengi were pictured as the big bad of Next Generation, weren't they? They were meant to be these big threatening baddies.
And they did. That's
why. Interesting.
Yeah. The first time you see Chimina as a Ferengi, it's a lot more threatening, like sort of scary kind, and then they like really change it for Deep Space Nine, and but it'd be interesting to see if in lower decks they make them the bad guys. Interesting.
Whereabouts lower decks set in terms of like timelines with everything else?
After Insurrection.
Oh yeah, of course. So Riker's in it, so it's like just after TNG.
Yeah.
Before Voyager?
No.
After Voyager.
After Voyager. Okay. Although Voyager kind of happened at the same time, didn't it? Or like the very end of Enterprise.
Deep Space Nine.
So
it was.
So she's like they're back.
They're back. They're back a while.
They're back.
Yeah.
Cool.
And like Janeway's an admiral by this point and stuff.
Because she was an admiral in. It was Insurrection.
Insurrection.
Oh God, we're running out of time.
What
else we're going to talk about today? We got. Oh gosh, it was Gene Roddenberry's
100th birthday.
I saw lots of lovely messages yesterday. I noticed there must have been these like bottles of champagne being distributed amongst the people, the influential people of the world. I saw Martha Stewart got one, and there were these engraved bottles of champagne saying
"Really."
Yeah, and I noticed they're all Verve, except poor Mike McMahon got sent Piper.
Oh.
I know. You know how I feel about Piper.
Yeah. It's not a real champagne anyway.
I just would have kicked off if I was Mike. That's all.
Just saying. Hashtag.
Yeah. I knew Piper. I thought, no, I don't want to make a scene, But, Piper, really? Yeah. Destination Star Trek, I'm really excited and nervous about because it's getting so close now.
God,
and it's not far, is it?
No.
I'm nervous because...
They just announced a party, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, 30s themed.
Yeah.
I know that's not what it's called.
Take me out to the Hollow Suite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's like Doctor something.
Dr. Arachnids, the sort of Dr. Proton.
Proton.
Yeah,
Yeah, Proton.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be
that's
really
a good-
exciting.
yeah.
So.
I wondered if I could refashion my Discovery costume that
Oh
I
my
didn't
God,
wear.
yeah.
Would that
Right.
work?
That would
would
work.
work,
Yes, that
Got
would
future
totally
back.
work.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
I
so
might be
we got some planning of costumes to be
Oh
doing.
my god, yes.
Which I'm very excited about.
Are you sure DST will happen? Christoph says.
See, I'm sure it will happen. I think it will happen.
It just depends how.
But it's
Because you made a really good point. Like, you know, I saw some people getting like really like nervous about guests and like they're not going to book any, they're not going to pay any more money until they know who's going. But it's very difficult with them coming from America with
That's
like
it,
quarantining laws and you know if they're at. You know, if they have to be out of work for 4 weeks because they have to come here and quarantine before they come here. You know, it's hard. It's the logistics of it. It's not that they don't want to come or they think it's unsafe. It's just the logistics of doing it. And I didn't think of it that way myself.
So like that's the one thing that might happen. Like, I don't know, but that's what I would be worried about. But that aside, everything in the UK seems open. Everything seems to be going the right way, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so we can still be together and have fun as fans, which is really
I was looking into one of the other conventions coming. I think it's MCM, and they need proof of like you've had both your vaccinations, and then you do a lateral flow test as people attending. So proof of second jab, or at least that you had your first and do your next.
I'm
good. Lateral flow, you know, you take
We're
lateral flow test.
We're good. I can do all this stuff
and stuff like that. And I thought, well, that's all nice little tick
They
boxes.
just kind of threw that in right at the end, didn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I'm hoping DST announces something like that soon,
mask,
just so we
hopefully a
know
mask.
That
what
would
we
be
need.
good.
Yeah.
That would be good. Yeah, so that's where we are with DST, which we can't wait to go. Whoever ends up going,
We just want to do a Star Trek thing and see all of our friends.
Yeah.
Really,
We
that's
could just
all
turn
we
up at
want
the
to do.
Excel and just have a party.
Exactly.
That's
That's
all,
all. If there can be no guests and it's just Star Trek fans, that's fine by us.
Hey, Marina Sex will come because she's in England anyway.
Yes, exactly.
She
But
come.
Marina.
Yeah.
That's it. There are plenty of Brits here, you
Yeah.
know. So that'll be good. Have you been celebrating, Sam? Yes, I haven't. It was my birthday on Wednesday. Thank you, Gary. I don't know whether that's what you were talking about, but yeah, I'm.
For 1 minute, I thought that Gene Roddenberry had the same birthday as you, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh
can
my
you
god,
imagine?
how did I not
Oh my
know this?" And it's like the day after, like,
If I shared the same birthday as Gene Roddenberry, everyone would know.
I was like, "How did I not know this?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that close."
I'm just
though.
24 hours apart.
God,
We're-
can your
Oh,
mother have kept her
dang.
legs
I
shut a
know.
little bit longer? No, I must wait until the 19th.
Yeah, and it's also Jonathan Frakes' birthday on the 19th.
Oh, well, that's
wow.
Diane Mulder's.
That's cool.
Such a Star
Yes,
Trek
I
day.
know, but you know, I had to be there 24 hours before, so.
You just had to be that little bit
I
better.
don't know, yeah.
Just get into the
That's
post.
it.
Get into the post.
Right, guys, well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Thank you,
Sorry
guys.
about the bumpy start.
We'll have it nailed by next week.
Yes.
Well, when I say we.
Trekkie girls with their stream prepared next week. That'll be us.
Oh, damn, you're putting
That's
some
why
pressure
they
on
love
us.
us.
Yeah, I know. Ooh, a lot to ask.
That's why they love us.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Lovely to see you all again. We're going to see you next week. And we're going to talk about more Lower Decks. And, well, we've had a cocktail ready tonight, but we just talked all the way through it. So we'll...
We did eat pizza. We got distracted by chocolate and marshmallow.
So maybe
pizza.
that's what we could do instead. Instead of cocktails, we do an additional pizza every week.
Thank you, Lily.
Take care,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.